Sorry, friends, because of connectivity issue, I was out of the system. Now I will start sharing again the same this thing. Will continue immediately. So now you told me that we have done it up to this now. Fullerene we did it. Now we have to we have seen also the application. Now we have to start with the carbon nanotube. Carbon nanotube, it orients in one direction, so it is called as one dimensional nanoparticle. The other example being nanorods also. This is carbon. If you will see the extended sheet, it will look like this, like a graphene. And if you will mold it in the layer, in the cylindrical form, it is called as carbon nanotube. The speciality is that the smallest size have the diameter 1 nanometer and length will be, means you can imagine how small it will be, and length will be few nanometer in length. Then here it is very stronger than the steel, stainless steel, and it has shows the resistance to the chemicals. So for storage of the chemicals, we can use these tubes for the material, carbon nanotube material for the engineering application. Now there are two types of carbon nanotube. Depending on, here I will show, you will understand better. Here single layered is there in thickness, and here you can see one, two, three minimum arcs there. So this is called as single walled carbon nanotube, and this is called as multi walled carbon nanotube. Here see how many layers are there, one, two, three, four, etc. And only here single is there. So single walled carbon nanotube and multi walled carbon nanotube, you can see these are the two types are there. So we have two types of carbon nanotube. Just now I had shown you the carbon nanotube, single walled and multi walled nanotube. Single walled nanotube can be wrapping in a single atom thick layer. As I have shown you here, a single layer is, it is wrapped into a single layer or a roll, rolled up. Depending on the direction of rolled up graphene hexagons, carbon nanotubes can be classified. There are three types of the carbon nanotube: single walled nanotube, zigzag, chiral, or armchair, as shown here. So there are zigzag, armchair, and chiral, out of which the armchair shows the conductivity, and remaining two are semiconductors. Armchair is a form of the single walled carbon nanotube, which shows good conductivity, whereas the chiral and the zigzag, they are the semiconductor. This is important for the MCQ type of question. Multi-walled nanotubes, it contains multiple graphene layers. Here already I have shown, here single layer of graphene is there. Here one, two, three minimum are shown here. So it has multiple walls of the graphene, one above other. The length, diameter, and hence the properties of MNTs differ from single walled. So property of single walled and the multi walled, they are different from each other, because here only one layer thickness it is, that nanotube. Here many layer thickness it is, and because of that the length is there, the diameter also will change, and therefore the properties are different. Now, what are the application of carbon nanotubes? Hydrogen storage. Now, the carbon nanotubes, it can adsorb AD. I am saying AD. That is a physical phenomenon, not the bulk phenomenon. So it adsorbs hydrogen on its surface, and thus it helps to store the hydrogen gas by adsorption. So that is the first application. Second, it is carbon nanotubes are there. They are used in the lithium batteries. Lithium. What are the lithium batteries? We'll see shortly in the next class. Lithium battery are the batteries or the cell in which lithium material is used as a anode. Lithium material is used as anode, and some suitable other material is used as cathode. So that is there. Then it is used as the sensors, gas detection purposes. Mainly it can be used, or chemical sensor to sense the presence of certain chemicals, or to sense the presence of gas leakage, etc. It can be used there. Then it is used as a probe in the microscopy. Scanning microscope are there, in that it can be used as a probe to image biological or industrial specimen. Composite material, already we have seen. Polymer composite is there, which is along with any fiber like glass, carbon, aramid, asbestos, etc. So that composite material also we can add the carbon nanotube or carbon fibers there. That is the composite material. And drug delivery vessel, so you can insert any drug, or mainly carbon nanotubes are also used for staining for the certain organ of our body, like a quantum dot. So during MRI or CT scan, etc., if we have to see that if certain tumor is there in a particular part which is under examination, then these particles are induced in the particular system of the body of the patient, and then if it gives color there, that means something is wrong there with that particular organ. So that is there. So it carries that drug which gives color to that particular body organ where irregularities or some defects are there. So that is there. It is used. So mainly remember, it adsorbs hydrogen and stores it. It is used in lithium batteries because of the conductivity problem. It can sense the gas leakage, etc. Also, it can see the leakage of the presence of the various chemicals, etc. It is used as a probe in the microscope. It is used in the composite material and drug delivery to for the early stage examination, detection, prevention, and treatment. So these are all the examples or the applications shown here. These are the single walled and many walled are there. Many thick nanotubes or graphene sheets are rolled together. It will give multi-walled carbon nanotube. They are there, and they can be used it for the various purposes. These are the applications shown. Now, next is quantum dots. Quantum quantum dots means you put a dot or full stop. So it is a nanomaterial of that dimension, a small dot, and it is used for the transport of electron or the holes. It is a carrier of, or it is used for transport of electrons and holes, and therefore it is considered to be conducting. Now here it doesn't orient any specific direction, and therefore it is called as dimensional. Just imagine that you are going to write a drop, full stop. So it doesn't orient in any direction. So it is zero dimensional, very small. It is a carrier of the transport. It can transport electrons and holes, and because of the small size, it can act as a carrier for the electron and holes. Now its all energy levels are quantized. You have seen what is the meaning of quantized. So 1s 2s 2p 2pxy 2py 2pz, 3s 3p, then 3px 3py 3pz. So that is the quantization, means each level further divided into the two or more type, that is called as quantization. Quantum dots are very small semiconductor ranging from 2 to 10 in diameter. Their diameter is 2 to 10 nanometer. They are the semiconductor mostly used. Each quantum dot is actually tiny semiconductor. When you will heat it with the UV light, then it emits the lights of various color. They स्वतः so quantum dot, they are the carriers of electrons and the holes. They are like a dimension of dot or a full stop. They are zero dimensional, and they are 2 to 10 nanometer in diameter. And when you hit them with the UV light, then different colors they give out, because of which their property is there, application is there for various purposes. Now they have quantized energy level. I'll explain this first. The biggest quantum dots produce longest wavelength. These are the dots. Here we can see the size of the quantum dot is decreasing, and therefore the band gap between the conduction band and valence band is increasing. For the biggest one, smallest band gap, and for the smallest one, biggest band gap is there. And when the band gap is more, so if we have to transfer the electron from lower band to valence band to the conduction band or vice versa, then more energy is required. And energy is equal to, you know that what is the formula, energy and lambda? Yes, are they directly proportional or inversely proportional? Energy and lambda. E is equal to C upon V.
Inversely
Yeah.
inverse.
Here, if the energy difference is more, energy difference is more for smaller size, quantum dots. These are the quantum dots. It is the biggest one for which the band gap is lowest. Moderate one, band gap is moderate, and lowest one, the band gap is highest. So when the band gap is high, the biggest quantum dots produce longest wavelength because they require smallest energy. See here, the biggest are there. Their band gap is lowest. So the quantum that they produce longer wavelength. Low energy means highest wavelength, and while smaller dot, here we have seen, while smaller dot they will produce higher energy is required, so shorter wavelength. So that is the principle. The biggest quantum dot have longer wavelength and smallest will have shorter wavelength. Just remember, bigger, shorter, shorter. In practice, this means big dot makes red light wavelength, that depends on wavelength. So longest wavelength it belongs to red color, and smallest it belongs to blue color, and intermediate it belongs to green light. So which light is given by the quantum dot when the UV light is incident on it depends on the wavelength. Longest wavelength, biggest quantum dot, longest wavelength, red light. Then smallest dot, smallest wavelength, then it will give the blue light, and moderate dot, moderate wavelength will give the green light. Imagine that if you have to use certain logic, your daddy is young, eldest, so suppose biggest, so he will give longest wavelength, and that is red color. You are the child, maybe among your three members, that is father, mother, and you. You are on the second position, so moderate one. Sorry, your mother is moderate one. So she will give the wavelength of smaller wavelength, and for that she will give green color. And you are the smallest one, for which the you have seen that the wavelength is smallest, so energy is highest required, and for that it gives blue color. So the order of the color will be, the order of the color will be uh, red color for your papa, blue color for your for you, and green color for your mama. Have I made you clear? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so papa is red color, biggest, longest wavelength. Mama is moderate, moderate wavelength, and will be green in color. you are the smallest with smallest wavelength, and you will give the green color. So red, blue, and green. Red, green, and blue. You are the blue. Smallest one is blue, biggest one is red, and intermediate color is green. So remember that way. Biggest is red, smallest is blue, and moderate is green. So remember that. The explanation that for that is very simple. Bigger band gap, so that takes more energy to excite the electron because the frequency of emitted light is proportional to energy. We can see the band gap is in here. The band gap, see the band gap, smallest, moderate, and highest. So here the explanation is given why it is so. So a small dot has the bigger band gap, so it takes more energy to excite the electron from lower to higher because the frequency of emitted light is proportional to energy. Energy and frequency of emitted light is same. So smaller dots with higher energy produce higher frequencies and shorter wavelength. Higher frequencies means shorter wavelength. So small dot shorter wavelength, big dot biggest wavelength. This is because if the smallest dot is there, the band gap is very big, and for that highest energy is required. Highest energy is required means higher frequency is required, means shorter wavelength is required. Similar logic you can use for the larger dot, and then that is done. Now, what are the application of quantum dots? As I have said you, it is used for staining the our particular part of the body. Now, whenever the CT scan, MRI scan, etc. is done, usually the we cannot distinguish between the normal tissues and the affected tissues, and therefore we can use the quantum dots as a we can irradiate it with the UV light, and then it will give different colors, and that different colors are taken up by your body cell or the tissues, and depending on the color taken up by that, then the doctors come to know that which cells of the body or the tissues of the body are not in order. There are certain uh, ad- adverse effect, or they are not in a proper requirement status. So some imperfections are there, or some problem are there medically to that, and then only that part can be cured. So in the life science, the when the UV light interacts with the quantum dot, they give different colors depending on the wavelength absorbed, and therefore certain part can be made colored of the body, and therefore you can stain the cell and you can diagnose it, and that is possible in case of tumors, especially in case of tumors it is useful. Also it is useful for vascular and lymphatic system. These are the two types of circular system, body blood circular system. So in blood circulation also, if the heart is not working, if heart is not working, where is that particular part where some blockage is there? So particular area where the blockage is there will be stained, and then you will come to know that there is a blockage, and then doctor can treat it. So the main effect is in the life science is the staining the cell, body cell, which are the affected body cell, which are not the normal one. So by differentiating the affected from the normal one, you can diagnose, the doctor can diagnose the disease and take the treatment well in advance. That is first application of the quantum dots. The small size of the dots allow them to go anywhere in the body, making them suitable for different application like medical imaging. Imaging are two types. We have the CT scan, MRI scan, etc. Also sonography also it is there in the scanning purpose. So here these small dots, quantum dots, they can move when they are irradiated with the UV light. They can move anywhere in the body, and they can find out the imperfections or the cells which are defective, and they can color them and tag them with their colors. On now we can use for this purpose organic dyes also. The artificial color also, organic dyes are also we can use instead of quantum dots. But the problem is that the quantum dots are superior over the organic dyes. The organic dyes, they also do stain the defective part of the body, but it will not remain for a longer, and or sometimes it remains for a longer. Permanently, it stains that particular part, which cannot be removed by any means. And if that organic dye is harmful, not hygienic or poisonous one, if it remain in the body, then loose motion like effect are seen. So that is why we want the stain which will remain there as long as the testing is going on. Suppose MRI goes for 45 minutes, so that our car- carbon quantum dots will keep that particular organ colored only for 45 minutes, not later than that, so that you will not have any harm for that. And immediately, if you have seen or experienced with any person at your family, that after immediately, whether it is a sonography, whether it is a CT scan or MRI scan, immediately you get the feeling of running to the washroom for releasing the urine. This is because these are the foreign bodies in our body, which are they are not get regularized in our body. Rather, if they will remain in our body for a longer period, they are going to provide some harm to our body. So their role is only to stain the particles only for a particular period, for which our body can bear them. Otherwise, after 40-45 minutes, if you will not remove them through the urination, etc., then it will be very difficult. Maybe another surgery or operation may be planned for that purpose. So that is why whenever this is not the problem with the quantum dots, but it is the main problem with the organic dyes. Organic dyes remain permanently as long as they are there. They are not removed easily, so they need to remove forcefully from the body by drinking more and more water, or maybe by taking some chemical you should have. But if these quantum dots remain there, they are not hazardous. But even then, if they are not hazardous, they come out of your body on their own, maybe through the urination, maybe through uh, 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 vomiting, etc., etc. By any way, they are removed from the body part. These are the application how the light UV light falls on it and it gives color to that, etc. And then what happens? Medical imaging is done. The part of the body becomes colored, and slowly and steadily, after the imaging is noted, then the color goes off because you get the sensation of the heavy sensation of the this thing. Mm, heavy sensation for urination or vomiting or maybe there, which ultimately removes it. The other application of quantum dot is that in the display unit it is used. Display devices such as electroluminescence devices. So they are used in the display devices. Examples are LEDs, solid state lighting, and displays and photovoltaics. Now, next is photovoltaics and telecommunication. Actually, this is also for the flipped classroom. So, only last three slide, I will give it to explanation. Here itself, we are not going to waste. So anyone, all of you, read it for 2 minutes, try to get understand and try to explain everyone. It was actually a flip classroom. I have explained everything nicely. So only these three slides, 42, 43, 45. Then this lecture is over. Chalo, time starts now. The diagrams are given and diagrams are readable. Shall we start from the BR of L1 batch?
मैम आपने ट्यूसडे के दिन बोला था ना फ्लिप क्लासरूम का, सो आज रेडी नहीं है.
Not that polymer का. This is nanotechnology, nanoparticle. ये जो 3 स्लाइड्स बचे हैं ना, ये भी सब आपको जो नैनो टेक्नोलॉजी के एप्लीकेशन है, दैट इज आल्सो इंक्लूडेड इन द flip classroom, but I have explained everything nicely. Only what are remaining 12, 42 and 43. I am taking since 10 o'clock. That is why finding little throat in problem to explain it. Anyone take a charge? 42, 43. Only two slides are remaining. Chalo, come up on your own. Explain this application. Everything is written there. So these are used, these quantum dots are used to exploit and develop the optical switches, modulators, and other non-linear optic devices. That is the first application. The optical switches and logical gates that work faster than 15 terabytes per second can be achieved when quantum dots are being used. याच्यामध्ये जेव्हा आपण वापरतो लॉजिक गेट्स किंवा ऑप्टिकल स्विचेस मध्ये जेव्हा क्वांटम डॉट्स वापरतो तर ते 15 टेराबाइट्स पर सेकंडनी फास्ट काम करतं. Being zero dimensional, quantum dots are zero dimensional. They do not orient in any specific direction. They have a sharper density of states than higher dimensional structure. हायर डायमेन्शनल म्हणजे त्यांच्यापेक्षा जास्त डायमेन्शन असलेले, म्हणजे 1 डायमेन्शनल, 2 डायमेन्शनल, 3 डायमेन्शनल, 4 डायमेन्शनल एक्सेट्रा. त्यांच्यापेक्षा they have a high sharper density. Density usually given 1.09 to 1.11 or 10. Always it is given in the range, but for this they are being the zero dimensional. Their density is not in the range, it is a fixed density. If I will say 1.04, it will be 1.04 only. But for first, second, third dimensional, it varies. It is always observed in a range. Suppose 1.03 to 1.05, etc. Their small size also means that electrons do not have to travel as far as the larger particle. These the quantum dots are like a full stop. They are very small in. So if they have to transport the electron from one place to another. Due to small size, they are closely attached, and therefore they do not have to travel more for the transfer of electron as compared to the larger particle. Thus, electronic devices can operate faster. त्यामुळे इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डिव्हायसेसमध्ये जर क्वांटम डॉट वापरले तर ते जास्त फास्ट काम करतात इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डिव्हायसेसमध्ये as compared to first dimensional, second dimensional, etc. Then the examples of this is includes unique electronic properties include transistors, solar cells, ultra fast all optical switches, logic gates, quantum compounding, among many others. So remember all the examples, because out of the following, which one is not the application of quantum dots? That may be the question. Out of the following, which may be the exact example of the application of the dot. So for both the type of for both the type of question, which is not the type and which is of the type, you have to answer this. And last is security ink. security ink. Here it is, you can see these are the certificates of merit or attendance or participation for which we are using the quantum dots. Already we have seen that when UV light is incident on these quantum dots, it emits color. So by that using that methodology, we can make them colored. We can make the coloring on the print certificates, etc. by using the quantum dot. Wide range of color combination are possible. Unique visible image that identifies any document when exposed to UV light. तर ते क्वांटम डॉट जर आपण इंक मध्ये वापरले आणि UV लाईटला एक्सपोज केलं तर त्या आपल्याला त्याचे कलर तुम्हाला वेगवेगळे दिसू शकतात. दॅट इज देअर. So this lecture is over. Course outcome will be you have to explain the polymer recycling and nanoparticle. This is the wrap up. What is the recycling? We have seen what are the difficulty. What is the nanomaterial? What are different types of nanometer and their applications we have seen. Then next we have to study the modern batteries, and with that we'll finish the second unit. So without stopping, we'll start. It is interesting one. Why my screen sharing is paused? Can you see here? Can you see my screen sharing now? 1 minute.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
1 minute. Why it is paused? Because is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Is
ma'am.
it visible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So some technical
Yes.
problem is getting, which is this lecture. 1 minute. It should be 5th lecture. Modern batteries. Okay, now we have to start with the modern batteries. Earlier pencil cell you might have seen, or the small cells which are there in the camera. Small cells which are there in the camera, you might have noticed. Have you noticed it? Yes. That if you will keep them in the camera for a long, then it was some chemicals were coming out of it. That is, they were not leak proof, and that is why the life of the camera or the cell phone, mobile, etc., where we used to keep the batteries for a long, they were not used to run for a longer period. Now, so to have a solution on this, पूर्वीच्या बॅटरीज किंवा सेल आपण पाहिलेले आहेत की ते हे व्हायचे, लगेच लिकेज व्हायचं थोडंसं स्टोरेजने, आणि स्टोरेजने ते डॅमेज करायचे बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर. मे बी युअर कॅमेरा, मे बी मोबाईल, मे बी युअर रिस्ट वॉच, मे बी युअर वॉल watch, hanging watch, etc. And therefore, certain work was done on them. And then the people came to know that if you will use the lithium in the cell or the batteries, then this problem can be stopped or can be reduced to a considerable extent. Therefore, modern batteries are synthesized and used on a large scale nowadays, in which we are going to use the lithium as an anode. And when lithium is used as an anode, the cell is called as lithium cell, or the battery is called as lithium battery. Lithium batteries. These are called as modern battery. Now, what is basically a battery is? Battery is a device which stores the chemical energy. हे device है एक जे chemical energy store करते, but it releases the electrical energy. It is any device which stores the chemical energy and releases the electrical energy, and that is called as battery. So a battery is a device that converts a chemical energy directly into electrical energy by means of the reaction known as oxidation reduction. By oxidation reduction together is called as redox reaction. Oxidation is a de-electronation at anode, usually oxidation takes place. At cathode, usually reduction takes place. Oxidation means loss of electron and reduction means gain of electron. So battery or a cell, what is the difference we will see? Cell is a single entity in which we have one anode, one cathode, we have a electrolyte solution and some separator is there. That is called as the cell. But when many cells are arranged either parallel or they are arranged in series, then that combination is called as battery. So now we have studied why the batteries today are called as modern batteries, because they are leakage proof. They have longer life and they do not harm the instrument in which they are used. Because of these three specification, the batteries or cell which are used on a large scale nowadays, they are called as modern batteries. Now, what is the difference between the cell and the battery? Cell is a single. It has one anode, one cathode, then electrolytic solution and some partition is there. But if one cell is connected, is in series with another, or it is kept parallel to another, second is parallel to third, and so on, then it becomes batteries. Batteries are having more voltage than the cell. Single cell can give maximum 1.2 volt, but if it is a battery in which two or three cells are arranged serially or parallelly, then it can give maximum up to 4 voltage also. So that is the difference between cells and batteries. कळतंय का तुम्हाला? Or am I going fast? Are you getting me or you are getting confused? You are not understanding? Chalo, speak out. What are your reactions?
I'm getting.
Fast होते का? Fast होते का?
No.
हळू होते
No.
का?
No, ma'am.
ओके.
No, ma'am.
ऐकू येते ना? ऐकू येते ना? तर जे डिव्हाइस, device,
Yes, ma'am.
the device which stores the chemical energy in it, but which releases the electrical energy, that is called as battery. Now, what is the difference between cell and battery? Cell is an individual and identity in which two electrodes are there. One is a anode and one is cathode. At anode, always the oxidation takes place. At cathode, always the reduction takes place. And these two electrodes are placed in the electrolytic solution, conducting medium, and separated by some separator. So, and they are connected to the battery. Now, what is battery? Battery is a combination of one or more cells which are either connected in the series or in parallel. So I will show the difference between the cell and the batteries. See, this is a voltaic cell. Only one anode, one cathode is there. And this is 9-volt battery in which you can see one anode, one cathode, second anode, second cathode. They are arranged. So it is a battery. If more than one if more than one cell is there in a battery pack, then it is called as battery. And if single cell is there with one anode, cathode, and the electrolytic solution, it is. Now here a single cell is there, so it is a cell. It is a battery where two cells are there here. They are arranged in series. Now here you can see how many cells are each having the voltage 1.5. They are arranged here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in a battery pack, there are 8 cells are there. So battery is a device consists of one or more cells connected either in series or parallel or both, which converts the chemical energy into electrochemical, which converts chemical energy into electrical energy by electrochemical redox reaction. By electrochemical redox reaction means oxidation reduction reaction, depending on their output voltage and capacity. we have different types of batteries depending on their output voltage. ते किती voltage देतात आता इथे 1.5 into 4, so it gives how much? 6 voltage. Here also 6 volts, so total is 12 voltage. Here it is 9 voltage, here it is 1.5, etc. तर किती voltage output voltage capacity त्याच्यावर बॅटरीला लेबल केलं जातं. Now the modern batteries are there, they are not able to meet the performance requirement of many applications, even if they are said to be the modern only because they have a long life, they are leakage proof, etc. And there is no harm even if these batteries remain there in the camera or mobile phone or maybe in the wristwatch or the wall clock, etc., etc. They have high energy level, long life, low cost. They are available at a low cost and no maintenance or safety. What is meant by maintenance and safety? If they will start leaking on the if in the camera, suppose you have visited some place, you have taken the camera there. So if the battery is not the modern battery, that is in which not a lithium is used as an anode, then maybe you will find that that battery will give out some chemicals during if it remains in the camera, and that chemicals reacts with the camera, and then it will have the adverse effect on the capacity of camera. That is why modern batteries, according to us, they have a longer life, they have a low cost, and they have high energy levels which are there, and they are safe to maintain. Now we have the only lithium batteries in the study, and lithium batteries are the batteries in which lithium is used as an anode. Anode, you know what is anode, and you know what is cathode. The cathode, irrespective of type of cathode used, cathode may be any other material. But one thing is that the lithium cannot be used in presence of water. It gives a spontaneous reaction which is not desirable. So always the electrolyte solution should be non-aqueous solution. Pay attention whatever extra information I'm giving. Remember it, write it down. Lithium gives undesirable reaction in the water aqueous solution, and therefore wherever lithium anode to be used, you are not going to use the aqueous solution, that is water, as the electrolyte. The group of batteries which uses the lithium as anode, they are known as lithium batteries. So we can have the lithium cell if it is a singular, and if n number of cells are put together in the battery box, then it is called as lithium batteries. Now why lithium? So learn all the properties. Why lithium? Light in weight, high voltage. Its voltage is 4 volt. It gives 4 volt, whereas the other batteries are there which gives 1.5. It can give up to 4 volt voltage. It is light in weight. Then high electrochemical equivalence that you have already learned in 12th. It has good conductivity. So these are the four properties: light in weight, high voltage it gives of the order of 4 volt as compared to other batteries or cell which gives 1.4 or 1.5. It has high electrochemical equivalence and good conductivity. Because of this, the lithium has dominated the development of high performance primary and secondary battery during last 2 decades. म्हणजे गेल्या 20 वर्षामध्ये जे आपण प्रायमरी किंवा सेकंडरी सेल वापरतोय तर ते आपण इतर वापरत नाही, तर लिथियम बॅटरी किंवा लिथियम सेलच मोस्टली वापरतोय. तर त्याचं त्या व्होल्टेज, त्याची डेन्सिटी, कपॅसिटी, एनर्जी स्टोरेज as compared to others, it is shown here. This is for lithium at the top, and for others nickel, cadmium, lithium, nickel, chromium, etc. Uh, it is lower. So that is why for primary cell as well as secondary cell, lithium is used on a large scale. Just 1 minute. minutes are left. I will share the attendance link. The same problem is there. I cannot share the attendance sheet. CR,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
that attendance sheet is not coming in the. Yeah, attendance sheet. It is there. Sorry, beta. I will share the attendance sheet for L division. Today is 12th or 13th lecture. You just check out. Tomorrow you will give the presentation, but we have to finish this topic this week itself. Give the attendance. Today I had little throat infection. That is why I was finding little difficult to speak. Please fill the attendance. Yeah, if I'm not wrong, it is 13th lecture. And tell me, and two more instructions I am giving for tomorrow's presentation, which I had observed in today's presentation of M division. Am I audible to you? Am I audible to you, Nayan?
Yes, ma'am.
So tomorrow you are going to give the presentation. Today I have found that unnecessarily they have made 7 to 8 slides. Our slide limit is 3 to 4 related to only application. What they give, they started with the definition of polymer, then types of polymer, then they started describing what is ABS, then what are the properties of ABS, and lastly they took the application, general application, that is it is used in here and there and there. Please keep in mind, if you have prepared that, again make the your slides again, only 3 or 4 slides. First slide with the application. Suppose you are discussing the application of polymer in automobile industry or 3D printing. So you will have next 3 slides only of explaining 3D printing and which material is used in the 3D printing. I don't want what are the properties of polymer, what is the classification of polymer, what is the definition of polymer. Unnecessarily it is a wastage of time, and even after giving them instruction that maximum 4 minutes they can have the presentation, even then they took 5-7 minutes, and because of which still 5 groups I have not finished yet. Only 9 groups they could make it today. 6 groups are still there waiting. So I have to arrange them one more turn extra for the presentation. It should not happen in your case. Please, only application and 3 to 4 slide, nothing else. Nothing else. Who will be the host will tell me what are the roll numbers who have done. You can make that slide, but don't speak out. Save the time in that. Huh? So we have discussed this application of the polymer, and roll number are this. Then next 3 slide will be only of the application. ABS म्हणजे काय, ABSच्या प्रॉपर्टीज म्हणजे काय, त्याचा डबल बॉन्ड सिंगल बॉन्ड मध्ये कसा कन्वर्ट होतो, आणि मग तो कुठल्या टाईपचा पॉलिमर आहे, ह्याच्यात मला काही इंटरेस्ट नाही. फक्त ऍप्लिकेशन करायचे आहेत आणि स्ट्रिक्टली 3 मिनिट देणार आहे. अदरवाईज अजून एक लेक्चर आपल्याला अटेंड करायला ऍडजस्ट करायला लागेल एक्स्ट्रा. तर तसं होऊ नये म्हणून स्ट्रिक्टली. हॅव यू अंडरस्टूड एव्हरीवन? हॅव यू अंडरस्टूड एव्हरीवन?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
so take care. I don't want the physics, chemistry, history, geography of the polymer. I want direct the application. and the slides related to application, and that also not more than 4. First slide introduction you may have, but don't speak it out. You just display. I will write down the roll number, and then you start from the very first, second slide onward. Suppose it is 3D printing, how it works, which polymers are used, and what are the application of 3D printing, present and future scope. Bus. Only 4 slides should be there and not more than 4 minutes. Otherwise, I will ask you to prepare again and give the presentation. Please follow the lines on this. Unofficial group Nayan, please paste it again that only ma'am wants
Yes, ma'am.
the slides related to the application. First introductory may be there only in which name of the application and name of the this thing. Roll number of the student bus, and start from the application, and only 3 or 4 slides and 3 and 4 minutes. Shall I end up the meeting? Shall I end up the
Yes, ma'am.
meeting? Okay, well.